Tubers, family and friends. Hey, we just got home from shopping in the city. I'll show you some of the items that we picked up. Some of you have been asking in the comments about what kind of specialty items or foreigner items you can get. And I'll kind of try to explain as much as I can. Like this here is what they call fresh milk here. It's in a carton, right? That's what they call fresh milk. So you can't get it like, super fresh like you can in the U.S.
Gallon.
in the gallon or the quart size. It's all these square little boxes, right? And you can get full cream or 2% or the low fat. But this year's from New Zealand, so it's a good place. A lot of good dairy cow and products there, and that's the brand I stick with. I try to stay away from Nestle stuff as much as I can. And here's like some strawberry jam we got for peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Here's a common one, treetop 100% apple juice. That's 46.5 pesos per can. And then we got some spaghetti sauce in a can. You can either get it in a packet pouch or you can get it by the can, either this size or the large can. It's like 50 pesos or between 40 and 50 pesos per can of the spaghetti sauce. We get this stuff. It's a spicy breading for fish and chicken for frying. And there's a couple different brands of that. And we can get bulk dishwashing liquid. Removes grease and grime. It's a lemon. Usually if I get any kind of soaps or a Zondrox, which is your bleach like this, I'll get lemon, right? And then here's some of the breakfast sausages we bought. It's Sun Pride brand, smoked longaniza, and this stuff right here is beef and buffalo or your carabao. There's no pork in it. So if you're trying to stay away from pork, this is the perfect product for that. And in hot dogs, we don't get hot dogs much, but the kids like the hot dogs, so once in a while we'll get that. And that's not with pork in, it's only the chicken hot dogs. And then this is what my wife buys. She buys this Downy. Filipinos are big with fabric softener, so good luck to you on that. And then we get the liquid Ariel soap for our LG washer and dryers. And then here is the milk supplement that we give Leonardo, the 3 Age Plus preschool powdered milk drink, and we'll be stopping that soon because he'll be 3.5 soon. So then we get, of course, the toilet paper. I've been stocking up on extra rolls lately, so we got starting to get a good supply of that. And then Leo's still on diapers, but hopefully within the next 6 months he'll be off of diapers. I'm hoping. And what else we got? What else we got, hon? Oh, we got fresh avocados and papaya.
This is good for the skin.
No, yeah, that's a super fruit. That's the best. And these are good for if you're on the carnivore diet too, guys. It's excellent for that. So this is perfect for your carnivore diet. If you're going to be eating any kind of a high fat, this is high fat. And that's what you want, is high fat butter, eggs, high fat products, right? You mostly want meat though. You don't want plant-based foods as much as you can. But 10 to 20% on some of this kind of stuff, this and what else? I try to stay away from fruit as much as I can, but one thing it says about that is the carnivore lion diet regimen is just like only beef, right? Well, I think the best mix is God-given stuff and what it says in the Bible, what you should eat and what you shouldn't eat, right? So it says don't eat pork. Fish is good, so and fish is high protein. We get lots of yellowfin tuna and regular tuna, so the omega-3 is real huge, and we eat that at least every other day. We eat that tuna. And then we eat lots of chicken and as much beef as we can, but beef is a problem getting good cuts of beef in the Philippines. You can get it, but it's real expensive because most of it's imported, right? But there are some beef herds in Mindanao now, where I live, in the Philippines. Are starting to build up Angus and UA or WAWU, WAWU. It's like a Japanese from the Kobe. It's like a side, smaller, lesser quality than the Kobe, but it's Wagyu, I think you pronounce it. Delicious beef, and they got some of those herds now starting in the last few years here in Mindanao, and I plan on getting some of that in the future. I'm preparing some of our land to receive those kind of cows here in the future when I get some extra funds, and I'll be growing my own beef. Because beef, I think, is one of the biggest bunch of meats you can have, because even the organ meat is absolutely wonderful on that. So here's some more things I'll show you guys we got. We got some pasta. Once in a while we'll do pasta, but not much anymore. At least we don't, because most of us are on the carnivore diet, but you know, like for occasions and stuff, we'll make spaghetti. And then I've just bought these two big things of peanut butter, and I know peanut butter, especially Skippy, there's some sugar content in it. It's 4 grams per serving, if you guys can see it here. I don't know, it's kind of tough to see. I can't get a really good clear, sorry about that, but yeah, but peanut butter is still a good source of protein, and some people are allergic to it and stuff, but none of my family have a problem with it. So then we got soups and corned beef and sardines, high omega-3 and sardines. And what else we got here that we got on? We got a bunch of bananas. We don't have any bananas growing on our trees right now, so we got some at the farmer's market this morning.
20 pieces of chicken.
Yeah, we got
It's in the refrigerator.
20 pieces
The Bounty Fresh.
of, what is the brand?
Bounty Fresh.
Bounty Fresh chicken, 20 pieces of this at 180 pesos per kilo, which is a really good deal. I've been paying like 206 for Magnolia brand, which is a high quality brand too, but this Bounty Fresh is really good too. But this is a smaller chicken than what I've been buying, but this says on the package, it says super size. It's hard for me to get a focus on this thing. I don't know why. There we go. It would help. So, yeah, Bounty Fresh, super size, young and tender. And like I say, 180, that's an excellent, excellent price. And this here is some T-bone steaks I got, and this is USDA choice. And it's expensive, right? It's like 1,000 pesos for one of these. And this is an Angus. I just bought this. It's Angus. It's 1 kilo of ground beef, Angus beef, and that's 500 plus pesos. So see, it's expensive if you buy beef here in high quality. In November and December, you can get ham, and I got a whole bunch of ham a couple months ago, and they come in these balls. It's the only way you can get good ham, right? Pineapple ball ham, and I bought 10 or 12 of these 1 kilo balls, and then we can save them. But that is pork, of course, so we're going to be getting away from that and not buying ham anymore. But it's cured, so it is better than just your raw pork, but still, we're trying to get away from pork altogether. Then I buy the sour cream, and if you're on the carnivore diet, sour cream is one thing that you can have. It's high fat, and it's great for smothering in your meat or fish or whatever you want, or eggs especially. So I get as much sour cream as I can and stock it up. And then every single day I have lemon water, and I eat the peel and everything. The only thing I don't eat is the seeds, and the seeds are super good for you, but they get caught in my teeth and caught in my throat, so I stay away from the seeds. But that's, see, about 100 pesos for 3 lemons. That's kind of expensive, but it's worth it to me. And also on your carnivore diet, you can have cheese. If dairy don't bother you, you can have cheese. So I get some cheddar cheese once in a while. So here's a nice big brick, and I paid 1,400 pesos for that brick. So that's probably what, 1,000 pesos, 20 bucks. So yeah, I paid about 30 bucks for that.
Yes, and you buy also this one for Leonardo because you love him so much.
Yeah, I already.
You want him to be
already showed that.
Strong boy.
I don't think there's all kinds of fortifications in that, and Filipinos are crazy about giving that to their children. I'm not. My mom had me off the bottle after like 2 or 3 months from birth. So, you know, and she was feeding me. She kept feeding me milk, but not in a bottle, in a sippy cup and stuff, you know.
You want me to pour?
But here, my son's 3.5, and my wife still wants to give him
You want me to
milk.
pour this one here?
Yeah, that's okay.
Are you sure?
Yep. And then what else do we have? Everything else is put
why
away.
My name is mentioned there.
Everything else is put away already. Yeah, I have, like, see, I have apple cider vinegar. I'll use that for pickling eggs. We're gonna get 15 flats, which is about $80 for 15 flats of eggs in a couple weeks, and I'm gonna pickle a bunch of eggs with all kinds of different types of vinegar. Cane vinegar, apple cider vinegar, white vinegar, coconut vinegar, and just, you know, see which one tastes the best after I let it cure for a while. And we have a little honey and stuff here once in a while. We get this organic. We get a lot of Kirkland products we can get here. You can get it both on Amazon, or you can get it at S&R. It's a big store in some of the big cities around Philippines. It's like a Costco. It's called S&R. And so we've gotten a lot of stuff there before.
Thank you for not forgetting my tea.
You're welcome. She uses this tea.
Wife is so waste.
And I don't know much about it. I don't like it.
It's really good. It's anti-cancer, huh?
Yeah, it's a herb.
You,
it's a
you want me
herbal tea.
You don't want me to live long.
Han, that's okay. Whatever you want to get
Thank
done.
you for this.
You're welcome. So that's about it that I can show you guys for right now. But we're letting the pool circulate right now. It's starting to get a tint of green. So we brushed it real good, and I'm circulating. It's been about 4 or 5 days since I circulated, so because it's been so nice. But it got breezy the last couple of days. When it gets breezy, you get lots of sediment blowing off the foliage of the jungle into the pool, so you got to keep up with it. So what else can I show you guys? Wow, what else do we get? What else do we get, hon? Oh, this is how we get our
sausage.
Our rice. I got about 5 or 6 of these. This is called a half sack of rice. It's 25 kilos. We go through one of these half sacks, our family of 8, about every 2 weeks. So each half sacks cost 1,250 pesos. So 23 bucks or something like that.
No, half sack? The half sack? Huh?
Yeah.
That's 1.4 plus.
No. I've never paid that high.
Huh? The half sack right now usually 1.5 plus, 1.45, 1.4.
Well, the last week I bought 3 half sacks. It was 125. So it's starting to go up a little bit, but that's the most I've ever paid for it, and that was a long time ago when we had the pandemic. Was 1.5 per half sack. So anywhere between 1.2 and 1.5. So between 20 and 30 bucks. But that's the mainstay for most Filipinos. That's what they eat, three meals a day. They'll have the rice, right? And then fish. They love eating the fish. My family eats tons of fish. So we have these vendors that come by the house and eat the fish or sell the fish, right? For usually around between 100 and 200 per kilo. And then they'll come by with other things too, like squid and crab and shrimp and stuff too. But we're trying to get away from shellfish too, because that's one of the disciplines that the Lord says that we shouldn't be eating, right? I almost died on a bad batch of oysters here a couple years ago in the Philippines. So it's good to stay away from that stuff. God warns us, and if we want to go against what God says, that's our choice, right? So that's why it's real important to stick. You're protected. God says it, so we're protected because He loves us, right? So yeah, absolutely gorgeous day today. Some of the other islands in the Visayas are having a bad drought because this last rainy season was so dry compared to normal rainy seasons, which is beautiful weather for me, but we still got plenty enough rain where it's not a drought. But we're sitting about between 4 and 4:30 p.m. and I'm still making over 2,000 watts of solar power right now, so I'm killing it. These last few days I'm going to catch right up. During the winter time, in the rainy season, I dropped down to 400, minus 400 from even, so 400 watts? No, 400 kilowatts. So now I'm catching up. I'm 300 and something right now, and I'm starting to catch up. So at the height of the end of the summer, of the dry season, I'll be plus 300 or 400 kilowatts. So it kind of swings from summer I'm up 300 or 400 to winter I'm down 300 or 400, just because the angle of sun is a little bit more to the south, and more cloudy and rainy days in the rainy season. But like I said, we don't have drought here yet, but we are using extra water to water our plants and stuff here lately, because there isn't any rain, and our garden in the back part of the property there, we got okra, eggplant, cassava. It's a root crop that my subscribers learned me about because I didn't know the name of it. Cassava. And what else? On what plant does Papa have under the coconut ferns back there he's growing? I forget.
In the back?
Yeah.
No, he's planning to plant sweet corn.
Sweet corn, yes, but what does he have under the branches of the coconut branches laying down on the ground? What does he have under those? You told me a couple times already. Anyway, no. You're the one that told me. Anyway, no one can remember anything today. So, no big deal. We got heat stroke, I'm sure. So, John's doing his afternoon swim. He loves it. He gets lots of vitamin D, lots of sunshine. He's in the water. He loves being in the water. He spends probably 6 hours a day in the pool. 3 hours in the morning, 3 hours in the afternoon. When we used to live in Las Vegas, we had pools there too, and he spent all his younger years in the pool because he absolutely loved it. He'd even sneak out in the winter time sometimes if we didn't catch him, and he'd swim in like 40-degree water, just absolutely ice cold. And I caught him just going into the pool one early morning, like 5 a.m. Luckily I got him, or he probably would have froze to death. But yeah, he loves the pool. He's an absolute Aquaman. I never worry about him in the pool because he can swim better than anybody. But we grow these chive onions too here on our racks, right? All these chives. We'll just come back here and grab some and put it in whatever we're cooking for the day. We always got a big supply of onion chives, right? So that's what I love about the province, right? We grow everything you can think of, you know, because when it's between 75 and 85 degrees, that's the sweet spot for almost everything to grow. And eventually, once I totally get set up in the chef kitchen there, I'll be making all my own vinegar. I'll be pickling fish, pickling eggs, canning our vegetables and stuff. Once we keep building up our vegetable gardens bigger and bigger, we're going to start growing sweet corn, which ain't the greatest nutrition, but it's, you know, cracked corn. We don't have to be really sweet corn, but if you grow corn, you can crack it and use it for feed for your chickens too, chickens or whatever you have. So I plan on doing chickens here within the next couple years too. So that's definitely on top of my list once I get my land cleared out, and then get some extra reserve funds going towards starting a herd of cow, you know, beef cattle, some nice Wagyu cattle, and then a bunch of chickens, both for laying eggs, because that's a big part of our monthly budget is meat for, you know, chicken meat and chicken for eggs, right? So if we can start growing our own, that'll just reduce our budget even further. So that's your key, right? Get out, starting a homestead, start growing and producing your own stuff. That's why land, the origin of all wealth derives from land, right? Everything. So think about it. If you have a business and it's in a building, it's on a piece of land, right? You got to own or lease that land. So it's your choice, you know. Do you want to be stable in the world and own things, or do you want to just lease or rent things? That's your choice. That's part of our free will, right? But Jesus never had one thing. If you want to follow Jesus to the letter, he never owned anything. He had no possessions, because nothing in this world mattered to him, right? He's the, you know, the Son of God, you know, the living Lamb that shed his blood for us. I mean, he's the most high, you know, all powerful. I mean, so nothing on this earth matters. So, and we're supposed to be his children, so we're supposed to emulate him. So there's a huge argument for not having nothing. But, you know, it's up to you. That's your free will of what you want to do. Because the more possessions you have on this earth, the more that's time and effort taken away from building your kingdom in heaven compared to building your kingdom on earth, right? Because everything will be gone on this earth. When you die, that just gets transferred to your children. It might be easier for them to make a living if you transfer some land to them so they can get a head start, which I think is a good thing if it's a small amount. But if it's too vast and too big, usually high wealth causes corruption, and you know, you start getting in the ways of the world, and it just goes downhill real quick for most people, right? So I've been convicted of a lot of things lately, things I eat, things I've been doing, beliefs that I've had. You know, I've been getting into the Word a lot more lately, and there's some real big lessons to learn, guys, and there's a lot of repenting that we need to do and focus more on Christ Jesus, because he's really everything, right? Everything. The law and Christ, right? Nothing was done away with Jesus in the Old Testament except for sacrificing animals. That's the only thing that was ever done away with. So all the 10 Commandments, right? That's huge. It's huge. And there's so many people that think that when Jesus came back, all that Old Testament stuff got thrown out the window. No, he just confirmed the 10 Commandments. The only thing that was done away with, that was nailed to the cross with him, or nailed to the tree, there's something I've been battling about that too. Some believers think that it wasn't even a cross, and that this cross is even a pagan symbol. Well, I don't know. I mean, is that big of a deal? And for some people, it's a big, huge deal that it wasn't a cross. It was just a tree that he was crucified on. But I think that's kind of a small thing, at least at the beginning of a Christian's walk. And that's why it's starting to bother me now, because my walk is not at the beginning of it. I'm starting to get off the milk and getting into the meat of my beliefs, right? And so that's with all these things I'm being convicted of lately, of reading the right foods according to what God says in his scriptures, and trying to please God more in your life. All these things matter huge, because when it comes that time, that day of judgment after you're dead, and then that comes judgment day, you're going to be asked all this stuff. He's going to know it already, but you're going to have your time to say whether you did or didn't do whatever he's going to ask you, right? Because it's all in the Word. It's all in the Bible. You can go there and be guided by it, or you can just set your Bible in the corner and never look at it your entire life. It's free. Right now, it's free. It don't cost you nothing. It could save your life for everlasting life, or it could make your life go to hell if you're just going to throw it away. So it's your choice. So anyways, God sent me here to the Philippines. That's what my channel's about. He sent me to the Philippines. The biggest thing was he showed me, after great heartache, through a divorce, my first wife, right? And then my second wife died of cancer, and through all that trials, see, there's one of the guys selling fish. See? So they go buy and sell fish or squid or stuff all the time, which a lot of people, foreigners, aren't used to it, having the loudspeakers going and stuff. It's common here. You get used to all that kind of stuff after a while. What I love about it is it's mom and pop's businesses. A guy saying, you know what, I'm going to try to make a living for my family, and I'm going to work and buy a trike, and I'm going to go to the fishermen at the ocean, buy their product, and then I'm going to go to different communities and sell. And there's no regulations or licenses or any of that stuff that you need for all that. The guy's just trying to make a living for his family, right? No one has any business saying that you can't do it. It's part of freedom, or God-given unalienable rights. No one has a business saying you have to pay us in order for you to do that. That's why another reason I left the U.S. And there's so many reasons. Because all the big corporations in bed with the government, and all these greedy people, they're pushing out all the mom and pops, and they all closed up shop because these huge corporations are putting them out of business, because they can, a huge volume, they can put low prices, and then all the mom and pops are out of business. And that's what happened in the U.S. between the 60s and the 70s. And then all the big corporations took over by the early 80s. So yeah, it's pretty sad. But here, 7,000 plus islands, guys. I mean, they're everywhere. You can get lost anywhere you want, and there's guys making a living, mom and pops everywhere, and I love it. It's the true example of freedom here. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. So I was gonna bring the video to the city and show you guys kind of what we did today, but we brought the butta. And it was pretty difficult when you're trying to, keep your child so he doesn't get lost, and to do all your errands and everything. So we probably had about 7 or 8 different stops and places that we go, buy all our little specialty items that we're used to now, that we found, and it's taken, 8 years, right, to find all these places. And we're still, like today where we bought these 20 chickens, and we got a great deal. We just found it today, right? We've been paying $206, and now we're paying $180, pesos per kilo. So that's awesome. So that's what you got to do. You just got to search around, ask until you're blue in the face, because 9 times out of 10 you ask, and they don't know what they're talking about, or they'll steer you the wrong direction 9 times out of 10. That's why you just have to keep searching on your own. And then once you find it, try to stick with them. So anyways, that's it for now, guys. Love you guys. Take care. And I put in the comments if you want to know anything that, in my experience, that I can help you out, from land ownership to buying vehicles to all the things that are required that you do definitely have to do from governments and municipalities, to things that you don't have to do, from insurance, because there's no insurance required in the Philippines at all, 0 requirements for it, that's another huge savings for your life here. So there's all these wonderful freedoms here that will blow your mind, and you can get by here for 1/3 or 1/4 of what you can in the U.S. So love you guys. Take care, and God bless. Bye-bye.